What's going on, y'all? Check it out. We're going to talk about Locked Out of Boxing, his video that he titled Terrence Crawford has signed the contract but Spence hasn't. Should Crawford move on to Charlo? We ain't going to really get into the Charlo part. We're going to stick with the Bud signing the contract thing. But before I start, I didn't even know, I didn't see any proof that Terrence Crawford actually signed any contract. All I've been hearing is Terrence Crawford agreed to all terms. So I'm not sure what all these dudes talking about. Bud said he signed the contract. Am I missing something? Now, I'm going to probably reference that in the video. So if I'm wrong, because I looked it up, I haven't seen anywhere where Terrence Crawford actually signed anything. I just heard about agreements. So let's get into what Locked Out of Boxing got to say. Check it out real quick.
The whole contract shit, right? So Crawford and his team are claiming that they signed their whole part and that Spence ain't signed his part and that they waiting on Spence. But here's the...
Again, I have not heard anything about Terrence Crawford actually taking a pen, signing anything on the paper. I could be wrong. I looked everywhere. I looked on certain websites. All I kept seeing is Terrence Crawford agreed to terms with Errol Spence. Agreed to terms. I don't see nothing about he actually signed anything. If he did, cool. I don't see anything about him signing any contract. Let's go. Keep going.
issue, bro, with that statement and why it's capped. Why they capping? Like, I'm telling you straight up, take it how you want to take it. But now when I explain it, tell me where I'm wrong and tell me what don't make sense, right? So Terrence Crawford had to receive an offer for him to sign in the first place.
Agreed. In order for you to sign something, you have to receive something. Physically have to receive a piece of paper, contract, in order for you to sign it, right? Absolutely agree, 100%. Keep going.
Because he's not sending the offer to anyone, as he is the B-side. The offer that he is talking about is an offer from PBC to fight Earl. Let me ask y'all something. Does it make sense for PBC to send Terrence Bud Crawford an offer if Earl ain't agreed to it yet? Why?
Stop right there. If PBC sent an offer to Terrence Crawford, what does that mean? That means they got everything ironed out with what Errol Spence would want, what the PBC would want. They say, okay, Errol, are you okay with this? This is what we're going to do off of Bud. Errol like, okay, cool. And they send over the offer, not the contract. They send the offer over to Terrence Crawford.
Why would Al Heyman and the PBC send an offer to another fighter if they don't even already have the agreement from their fighter?
Okay, brother. I'm trying to figure out where he going with this because your boy Errol was the one that said, sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract. Well, he put that out there, with the Bob Sapp, Mike Tyson thing. So when he said that, he said, sign the contract, big boy. So we are all going to assume that means PBC and Errol Spence have a contract that they sent over to Terrence Crawford. Bernie the boxer, he said, not just recently, before, that there was never any contract sent over to Terrence Crawford. Probably just an offer sheet. So, what is this dude talking about?
That's not how business is done, bro. You gonna make sure your house is in order first.
Okay, absolutely. Like I just said, they're going to make sure everything is in order with Errol before they send over, not a contract first. They're going to send over what they are putting together, and they want to see if Terrence Crawford is willing to accept it.
So what Crawford and his team are claiming is that the PBC sent them an offer that Earl hadn't agreed to yet.
There we go again. He's getting offers and contracts. He's trying to match, or he's confusing what a contract and an offer is. It's not the same. Now you can literally send somebody an offer for a contract. Like, okay, look, this is what is on the contract. Will you sign it, or do you disagree with anything that's on this offer for you to sign the contract? They're not gonna just draw up a contract and then send it right over there to Terrence Crawford. That's too much money. That costs a lot of money to draw up a contract if you don't know if the other party is gonna fucking accept it yet. Keep going.
And then they signed that offer, and now they're just waiting on Earl.
I would say it again. I have not heard anything where Terrence Bud Crawford officially signed any contract. All I'm hearing is he agreed to the terms of the contract. Keep going.
When you're the one sending the offer, you've already agreed to everything, bro.
Okay.
You think that Al Heyman is gonna make sure that Bud and his team are good before he makes sure that his own fighter Earl is good, bro?
He keeps saying the same shit. He just said that like 5, 6 fucking times. And I just explained perfectly. Of course they wouldn't do that. Of course nobody's gonna send over something if they squad ain't ready yet. Obviously, if they're sending over any offers, that means that they are situated on their end. Keep going.
So he gonna send an offer, make sure everything good with Bud, make sure they straight, make sure they got what they want, get them to sign before getting his own fighter to sign.
Okay, where's he getting this from? Who said that PBC sent any offers to Terrence Crawford to make sure Bud is okay first, and then sending it? Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. And then where's he getting this shit from, bro?
Making sure that his own fighter is straight. That's what he doing, is what y'all telling me. Come on.
Who's telling him this? Who said that? Nobody even said anything like that. Where is this dude getting his information? I don't know. It seems like he's making shit up as he goes. Keep going.
No, that shit don't make no sense, bro. Cap.
It don't.
Cap, it makes no sense, fam.
It don't make sense. And you were the one that's not making sense, because who the fuck said any of that? Keep going.
Bud Crawford would not have an offer to sign, to agree to cap about, to talk about. He would not have an offer in front of him to fight Earl unless Earl had already agreed to fight him, because Earl is the A side and he's the one that's sending the offer to Bud Crawford. I hope that clears it up for you.
Go back. Go back a few seconds.
Bud Crawford would not have an offer to sign, to agree to cap about, to talk about. He would not have an offer in front of him to fight Earl unless Earl had already agreed to fight him, because Earl is the A side and he's the one that's sending the offer to Bud Crawford. I hope that clears.
Goodness God. Okay, listen. Obviously, Terrence Crawford agreed to terms. So apparently, Terrence Crawford did in fact get an agreement, which is, an offer to what Errol and his team is willing to offer Bud. Bud actually saw it. I guess they read it over. Bud said, okay, they're offering 65-35. Cool. I agree to it. Now, if he actually signed it, I don't know. I haven't read anything where Bud actually signed anything. All I keep hearing is he agreed to terms. And then even articles are coming out, right? When this whole story just broke with this agreement thing, they're saying that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford agreed to terms. Why would Errol Spence agree to any terms if his team sent everything to Bud? Bud is the only one that got to agree upon something. The only time both parties would agree to something is if the initial person that sent in the offer, the initial offer was declined, and then it was sent back to the initial person, and then they went to tweak something, and then they sent that back, and then they like, okay, look, we agree with what. If Buzz said, okay, I'm not cool with this. I would like this. Then they say Buzz sent it back to Errol and them team, and they're like, okay, okay, this is what Bud agreed to. He didn't agree to the first shit. Let's tweak it a little bit. We can do that, Bud. So Bud like, okay, you can do that. Cool, agreed. And they both shake on it and agree. That's the only time that the original sender would even have to agree with something, because the initial offer doesn't have to be agreed upon on that end, because they're the ones that fucking created the offer. So listen, I know it sounds confusing a lot, but I know like y'all smart enough to understand what I'm saying. It's just like if I go get a car and the car's $100,000, and then they say, look, these are the terms. The car's $1,000. You pay 1,500 a month and a car note for 1,500 a month, right? And then this is the APR. The term is 48 months. And then they show me, okay, this is what, before I sign anything, this is what we are offering you for this. This is what the terms we're offering you for this car. Do you accept these terms? And I look it over, and I'm like, either okay, cool, I'll do that. So I'm the one that agreed. There's nothing for them to agree upon. It's only for me to agree upon it. Now, if I look at the offer and I'm like, I don't like that APR. Can you get that lowered? I don't like that car note. I can only do like 1,200 a month. I send it back to the dudes. They like, we can't do that. We firm on our offer. So there is no fucking agreement. But if the person that I'm sending the offer back to, he like, okay, we can work with you a little bit. We have a little flexibility. How about instead of 1,500 a month, we do 1,450 a month? Do you agree with 1,450 a month? Bet, got you. I agree. That's the only time two sides will agree on terms. So what the fuck is this dude talking about? I don't know. And apparently, Terrence Crawford, he agreed to the terms. Okay, if he agreed to the terms, that means he must have signed. If they have the offer already, I'm pretty sure they have a contract. If he agreed to terms, right? He's like, look, I agree with this. And now officially they could draw up a contract then. Because Terrence Crawford said, okay, yeah, I can do that. Now they could draw up a contract and send it over to Bud for him to sign. How come I haven't heard anything about them officially sending any contract to Terrence Crawford for him to sign it? In the words of my man E Thriller, I'll wait. I will fucking wait. It's your boy Rebel Life Boxer. I'm off this, man. Peace.